Friends, happy Monday. Welcome back to our phonemic awareness lesson for today. Today for our lesson, you will just need your phonemic awareness activity sheet that looks like this with your pictures and ending letters to the words. And then you also need a pencil. So go ahead and pause the video and grab the materials that you need. All right, friends, welcome back. If this is your first video for today, you might notice that the setting in the background is a little different and our internet at school is not working, so we're doing it at home. So let's take a look at our learning target for today for phonemic awareness. Our learning target says, I can identify the beginning sounds of words. That means that you are able to listen and see that the beginning of words change to make the word different. You're able to see that and hear that. Today we're going to really focus on being able to hear it, but we're also going to talk about how it's so important to look at the letters in each part of the word. When we put letters together, we make words. So we're going to practice 3-letter words. In our entire alphabet, there are 26 letters. How many letters are there in the alphabet? 26. And out of those 26, 5 of them are vowels, those special letters that are special for 2 reasons. They have 2 sounds and they make words real. Without them, words would not be real. It would just be sounding like we're grunting at each other, like little cavemen. So let's go over our vowels and their sounds. A says ah, and A says a. E says eh, and E says e. I says I, and I says I. O says ah, and O says o. U says and U says you. Very good. So in our words that we're going to practice today, we are going to see this vowel in the middle. When we see this vowel, we're going to hear that it says ah, 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 ah. Can you say that with me? Ah, 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 ah. So we're going to put letters together to make 3-letter words. When we practice that today, we're going to practice stretching it out on our arm, and we're going to practice both real words, which are words that actually have meaning and they're real and we use them in sentences and when we read. And then we're also going to have nonsense words that sound so silly that we're going to be like, what? What does that even mean? It's good practice for our brains. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so all we're going to need right now is our arm and our hand on our other arm. So we're going to practice sounding out each of these letters to make different words. So for each letter, or for each word, there are 3 letters. 1, 2, 3. The very first letter sound that we're going to make, we're going to touch our shoulder and say that sound. Then we'll slide down to our elbow and then slide down to our wrist, just like we practiced last week with our rhyming. So let's start with our first sound. What letter is this? R. So we say R says So we're going to touch our shoulder and say Then we're going to slide down to our elbow and we're going to say ah. And then we're going to say our T sound on our wrist and say t. Now let's slide it a little faster with just those sounds. At. What word are we saying? Rat. Very good. Is rat a real word or a nonsense word? It's a real word. A rat is a type of animal, right? Very good. Let's try another one. Ready? Let's touch our shoulders and say this sound. Z, at. Z, at. Now let's say it a little faster. Z, at. Zat. Ooh, zat. Is that a real word or a nonsense word? A nonsense word. What is that? I don't know. It's a silly word. But zat and at had the same middle and ending. The only thing that we changed was the to a z to make a new word. Let's try another one. Ready? Get your blending arm ready. Let's try this sound first. At. Let's say it a little faster. At. Ooh, what word are we making? Let's say it all together. Fat, at, fat. Very good. Is fat a real word or a nonsense word? It's a real word. It's a word that describes something that's bigger, right? Very good. All right, let's try another one. Oh, we're going to change our F now to a V at the beginning. Let's try it with this sound. We should be getting a little quicker at the middle ending since we know what it is now. Ready? V, at. V, at. Now, very quickly, let's put them all together. That, that. Ooh, that. I wonder what a that is. Is that a real word or a nonsense word? It's a nonsense word. We don't know what a that is, but we can still read it because we know each of our sounds. And all we did from our last word was change our to a very good. All right. Now we're going to start stretching out some words that are on our activity sheet. So let's start with this letter. We're going to sound out the word, and then we're going to write it next to our pictures on our activity sheet. So let's start with our shoulder with our first sound. Ready? B, at. Let's say it quicker. B, at. Bat. Ooh. Is bat a real word or a nonsense word? Bat is a real word, and it actually has two meanings. We spell bat like a baseball bat, this way. We also have a bat like in our picture of the bat. So at the beginning of the word at, right here next to our picture of our bat, we're going to write a lowercase b. So let's go ahead and take our pencils and do that now. Remember, with our lowercase b, we go down, up, and give it a belly. Make sure it's facing the right way. Otherwise, it would be the word dat, and that is not a real word. Very good. All right, let's try the next one. Ready? We're going to change our b to a ooh, let's stretch it out. Ready? At. Ooh, what word are we spelling or reading? Hat. Very good. At spells hat. Is hat a real word or a nonsense word? It's a real word. A hat is something that you wear on your head. So at the beginning of our word at, right here next to our picture of our hat, we're going to write a lowercase h. We don't need a capital H because it's not somebody's name that we're spelling. It's an object. So we're going to do our lowercase h with a straight line and then a little hump. Make sure your straight line's tall enough. Otherwise, it'll look like an N. All right. Let's try one more. Can you guess what we're going to change our to make it the word cat? What letter do you think the H is going to turn to? If you said C, kiss your brains. When we have a C at the beginning of our word that ends with at, let's sound it out together. Ready? K, at, cat. What word did we just make? Cat. We changed our to a k, and we made the word cat. So, next to the picture of the cat, in front of the ending, the middle ending at, we're going to write a lowercase c. So now we can read all the words on our list, and we know it matches the picture because we sounded each one out and we talked about how they are real words. So let's read those words together. We have bat, hat, cat. Very nice job. Give yourselves 2 thumbs up. Even though we did this whole activity sheet together, you're going to post this activity sheet to your teacher's Google Classroom for Phonemic Awareness today so that your teacher can see that you wrote all 3 of those words together and used your lowercase letters at the beginning of each. Great job today identifying beginning sounds of words. We'll continue practicing that the rest of the week with different vowels in the middle of each word. Great job, friends. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you again tomorrow for your phonemic awareness lesson.